afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our ribbon cutting ceremony and our open house. We're pleased to be able to share with you our new addition that will house our 3rd and 4th graders and some intervention classes. For many of us here today, it seems like just yesterday we were cutting a ribbon to open this building. In reality, it was 17 years ago. We brought with us approximately 325 students from the old building. We have grown to house, on average, 565 students. The faculty and staff are looking forward to starting this school year with this beautiful classroom addition. We'd like to thank our school board and Dr. Swallows for approving and facilitating this project. We appreciate the extra space to serve our expanding population. We're committed to providing the best possible education for the children of our community in this school, which happens to be the 100th anniversary of Centertown School. 1924, the very first Centertown building was opened. So this is our 100th year, our centennial celebration. So, as this marks the beginning of our centennial celebration, which will happen all year long, we mark this period of time for us to appreciate and enjoy the new classrooms that we have been given. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. Swallows and have him make some remarks for us.
Thank you, Ms. Cowan. What a joy it is for all of us to be here. My favorite part so far was watching the looks on some of your veteran teachers' faces when you said you've been in this building for 17 years. So,
I can call them out if proposed.
no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. But what a joy it is just to be here and see a project come to fruition. This was born a couple of years ago out of some conversations that Mrs. Cowan and I had. She kept saying, the kids just keep coming and we don't know where we're going to put them. And so we were very fortunate to have some conversations around that and then turn those conversations into a plan to where we were given really a blessing in the terms of funding that was given to us from federal relief. And so ultimately this project was done and fully funded through those funds and not through the local taxpayers fund. So we've got some county commissioners over here that are going to amen that, but we're really excited that we've been able to do that. But more importantly, we're really excited about the opportunities that this gives Centertown going forward. As Ms. Cowan said, there's been almost a 200 student increase over the course of the last few years, and this uniquely sets Centertown up to be able to serve their students well and to serve their students in the future the way they need to. So the best thing that I can say about this edition is that if you look down to my left and to your right, it looks like it's always been here. And that has been a work that was done at the very beginning, and I also appreciate the fact that Ms. Cowan was not going to allow it to not look like that. She was on them from the beginning of this is the way it needs to look. And what's even more exciting is when you go inside, it looks just like that as well, because the tile seems to match, the doors seem to match, and those teachers, I was just down there, they've done a fantastic job decorating, and you're going to love to be able to see that. But in order for that to happen, it takes people working together. So ultimately I want to thank a couple of groups of people. Upland Design is the group that designed this addition. They're our architects. They did a great job from the outset. When they met with us at the very beginning, they heard that same thing. We're building on to the front of the school. We want it to look like it's always been here, and they designed something that I think was excellent. If you'll remember the first design, they had some of the classrooms in the smaller classrooms in the front. Ms. Cowan came back and said, hey, I would really like for there to be an entrance to the playground. They wiped it and went back and designed it again, and it really turned out above our expectations. I also can't go through this without talking about Same Construction Company. I can tell you that we've done 3 of these projects now. Mr. Crabtree at Eastside over there, I'm glad to see him, an old Centertown boy back here, right? But Same Construction really came on this late and we said, look, we're building this with federal funds that really turned into a pumpkin in June of 2024. And they said, okay, we got it, we'll get after it. They started construction in the early October, and by March they were wrapped up. And so that doesn't happen in the construction world very often. And so we are thrilled with how they did it and how well they did it. And so we're very appreciative to them. A couple of people locally that I need to make sure that we thank. Our maintenance staff, David Northcutt and David Vandergriff, who worked really hard. David was here a lot to make sure that they were on task and doing what they needed to do, but also our staff at Centertown. Not always easy to have a construction project going on while they're trying to teach and do all the things that they need to do. And so we appreciate you all being patient as we work through this process. But I also want to make sure that we thank our community. There's great pride in the Centertown community about Centertown Elementary. That's the one thing that I've heard time and time again, because they like to tell me I ain't from here, and so they like to tell me what it's like. And so I'm thankful for that, because we've got great community support, and Centertown is one of those. But also evidenced by that, we've got some representatives from our county. Our county executive, Terry Bell, is here. Mr. Bell, you want to wave to the crowd? Our county commissioners, Gary Prater and Cole Taylor. Our state representative is Mr. Paul Sherrill. He's joining us here today. And Jason Hillis also works in County Executive Bell's office as the Chief of Staff. So, gentlemen, we appreciate you all being here to support you. Another group that I want to thank locally is Ms. Cowan did as our school board as well. They are the ones that had to sign off on this initiative. And so we have two of those members here today. Our board chairman, Mr. Chris Cope, who is a Centertown guy. We appreciate you being here, Mr. Cope. Also, Mr. Bill Zeckman, also one of our board members. We've got some other ones in different places. Tommy Colwell just texted a few minutes ago, and he's got one at the doctor's office and one headed to another event, so he couldn't be here. Mr. Larry Judkins' mother passed away, and that funeral visitation is this afternoon, and he couldn't be here. Ms. Tanya Bess and Mr. James Bennett round out our school board, and I've said many times, we are fortunate to have a great school board, and their leadership in this is also much appreciated. So the last thing that I will say, and we'll get out of this heat, and you can clap for that, but we've got a group of students inside that are going to cut the ribbon for us, because ultimately everything we do is about the students. And so they're excited, I know, about these future classrooms, but they are going to serve the students of Centertown for a long, long time, and we're grateful for that. So as we wrap up this portion, we're going to invite you to come into the building. You will go in through these doors and take a right. We'll go down the hall. We'll get those students around the ribbon, and we'll take a few pictures, and then we'll cut the ribbon, and we'll allow you to walk around and check out these classrooms. And then, guess what? Next Tuesday, kids will be tearing them all to pieces. So we appreciate you all being here, and appreciate your support of Centertown and Warren County Schools. And let's come on in. Thank you. Right in here. I'm going to put you two behind me. All three of you right there. That's right. I want you to come right up. You're good right there. All right. I'm going to put you right. All right. How's that look? If you want pictures, get in there. All right, hold on. Don't move. Miss Cowan, we're going to get in there. All right.
I can walk down here a little bit.
Yeah, okay, good.
Got it.
Me?
Mr. Prater, no, Mr. Prater, no,
Right here. There we go.
perfect. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
All right, now, all the old people have to get out.
Start Bailey, you gotta get out first. Start it.
And all the young people. This way. So Tommy, are you recording? All right. Deidre, you want to record? Who's going to cut? Y'all decide. We're going to do rock, paper, scissors. You want to cut it? Cut the scissors. All right. You've got the big scissors. All right. We're going to count it down for him. Everybody going to count it down on the count. We're going to go 3 down to 1. All right, everybody ready? You got it? Don't get my finger. Good. All right. Everybody ready? 3,